What's going on, everybody? I wanted to share with you in today's video all the resources I'm using to learn about Airbnb short-term rental investing. If that sounds cool to you, I'm also at the end of the video, I'm going to give you a couple updates. We're making some fast progress here and I'm really excited about it. So this channel is called Real Estate Stan, and I'm Stan Kennedy, and in this YouTube channel, it's all about me taking the journey from the very beginning, right? So I'm new to real estate investing and I've kind of been going through all the steps, and I wanted to really just share that whole progress. And for those of you that are looking to get into this, it'll inspire you and take similar steps and just go ahead and take the ride with me. Let's join hands and walk together through the short-term promised land. So let's get right to it. One of the first, I've spent hours on this in terms of YouTube channels. So, and I know you're like, hey Stan, why are you showing other YouTube channels in your YouTube channel? Like, the whole thing with YouTube is to keep people on your channel. Well, I'm not really about that. This channel is all about just being transparent to my viewers and hopefully add some value in the process. For me, there's a wealth of information and I've spent hours on some of these YouTube channels. So I wanted to share some of those, right? One of the first YouTube channels that you really need to check out is called Bigger Pockets. Now, they, more recently have some really great short-term rental type of videos, but overall, just working numbers, getting into real estate, it's just years of videos and they are pretty amazing. So you could just watch those as long as you want to watch. But so do your search, just go out on Google and then go to Bigger Pockets and then search for whatever area you're interested in. And I'll guarantee you'll find at least 3 videos that fit it, right? So that's a really good YouTube channel that I've been spending a lot of time on. The second YouTube channel that I've been really watching a lot is called Robuilt, R-O-B-U-I-L-T. The cat is really cool, man, and I got some other interesting news about that. But because I'm joining their host camp there, so I signed up and was accepted into the host camp there. So, but more on that in a minute. But Robuilt, man, he's literally like, I think 4 years into this real estate investing and just knocking it out of the park. Has an amazing YouTube channel and just blew up. So go check that channel out. Another one that's also relatively new is the Real Estate Robinsons, and Tony on there is actually the host of, I think it's on the Bigger Pockets, it's Real Estate Rookie, so you may kind of see or recognize him from that. So they are really cool. It's a really cool channel and they're just dedicated to short-term rentals, and so some awesome content, and they look like they put out content every week as well. So I encourage you to go check out some of those as well. STR University, Short-Term Rental University, is another great one. He's really had that YouTube channel out a long time and it has some amazing videos for you to really binge on. So a lot of expert advice, and I highly recommend taking some time and listening to that YouTube channel as well. And kind of what I do is I kind of bounce around, right? Then finally, my last one that I wanted to mention, last but not least, is the Short-Term Shop. And so those videos are super great. I love the style of those because a lot of times they're either doing like a webinar or they're doing like an interview for people that's already in it or in the business. And so Luke and Avery Carl has done a great job with that, and they have a lot of information to share, and they have a great story as well. Not too long ago, they bought their first property and they built a freaking empire.
998, 999, 1,000.
Yes! Now this is what I imagined. Have you ever seen this much cash in your entire life? Nickels. I want nickels. 1 billion nickels.
No, Andy.
So I encourage you to check them out. And by the way, that's also the real estate company that I'm going with, but more on that in a minute. Those are like my top YouTube channels that I've been watching. There's plenty more out there, but those are the ones that, and you really have to, personality really has to mesh with you. So I encourage you just to get out there, try to figure out what channel kind of meshes with you and which ones you like, and kind of go from there. The next resource that I want to talk about is a book that I picked up by, it's actually the CEO of the Short-Term Shop. It's by Avery Carl, and it's called Short-Term Rental, Long-Term Wealth. Super, super cool book, man. This thing is so easy to read. I couldn't put it down. I finished it in no time. just chocked with all kinds of great information, just hands-on, like, hey, here's when you should consider when a market, and very inspired me along the way. Luke and Avery Carl, they, I love their story. And actually the intro of this was really cool because my wife just has no interest in real estate at all. And I said, hey, Tammy, would you just read the intro here? It's really cool. And so she read the intro and she was like, wow, that is really inspiring. Like, and so, I'm trying to get her into this and everything else. She totally backs me, but it's just like, hey, Stan, go do your thing. But anyway, so this book right here, I highly suggest it. You can pick it up on Amazon, and it's just hands-on knowledge putting right down. And it's also published by Bigger Pockets. So you can kind of see, man, the network of knowledge that's kind of going around here is just awesome. All right, I wanted to share another learning resource. I went ahead and I want to get some training in this because, the way I think about it is, taking classes and that sort of thing, whatever field you want to get into, typically you would take a trade class, trade school or college or night school or, YouTube videos is even considered training now. But, think about paid training courses. And so I went ahead and signed up and got accepted into the Rob Built Host Camp program. So I'm really excited about that. Again, that's that YouTube channel that I mentioned earlier. And so already I've just been in it a couple days and it's been amazing value so far. I just can't believe it. I just can't believe the information that, I've watched a lot of YouTube videos, but, the experience part, just hearing that actual experience on a day-to-day basis is just really cool. I'm going to invest in this. I'm putting all this money into it. I want to invest also in my education. And so that was a big part for me. And I'm super excited to be in that program. And man, I'm just rolling up my sleeves here, like with the cool kid. Anyway, yeah, it's awesome. I just love it. So now another thing I've been doing, and I'm actually go through a little bit more of a video around this, is market analysis. Again, for me, if you saw my other video, I picked the Smoky Mountains. If you haven't saw that video, check that out. Is sort of the framework and how I arrived there. But the whole thing with doing research, I'm trying to figure out what tools to start with. So I kind of been researching AirDNA. Mesh Visor is another one. And then I also kind of ran into Price Labs. And I didn't realize that also had a market dashboard. And there's some really cool things about that. And I'll go into another video on this because if you don't know, Price Labs is actually known for automatically getting your pricing sort of aligned with, hey, holidays are coming or this event's coming and prices are going up in the area. And that's the other thing that I've really been doing is just, and again, I've been going to YouTube for the most part and studying all those and trying to figure out which one. And then I'll look at the free version of those and start to play around with it before I make a monetary commitment. So, but at some point you got to pull the trigger, guys. So that's another activity that I've been really heavily in. The other one is just researching MLS. And I use Zillow and Realtor.com for that. I think I kind of prefer Zillow right now. So I've really been just kind of, I don't know what I'm approved for yet. So I've been looking at like crazy ranges anywhere from like, I don't know, 500 all the way up to 900,000. I don't know. Maybe I get approved for $150. I don't know. But which is why it's pretty key, or you waste a lot of time. But for me, it's also about education because I'm starting to get a good profile on, hey, this price range, I'm seeing 2-bedroom, 2-bath, right? And a view, right? Oh, okay, if I go up one more range, then I start to see pool homes or 3-bedrooms. So in your mind, the more you research, the more you're going to realize and start to know just right offhand, like, where is this property? Oh, it's a very nice property inside, right? Or very, very new, whatever those things are, you start to get those attributes in your head. And if you look at a property, if you do that a lot, and I've been doing it every night, you start to profile those, right? So I really encourage you to just, get out there, look at MLS, and then just start researching it. All right, now a couple cool updates for you guys. I went ahead, I do have a realtor. So I picked a realtor. It's also from the short-term shop which I mentioned that a few times. It's where this book come from. It's where the video I was talking about. What I love about them is, you know, they're all in, and they're experts in short-term rentals. So that's what I was really looking for. Also, you know, they kind of cut their teeth in the Smokies as well. They're doing all kinds of different areas now. So check them out, because they're doing some really, really nice areas. But for me, you know, it was like, hey, they focus on this. They're experts in it. And, you know, for me, that was a no-brainer. Speaking of that, I also went with The Mortgage Shop, which actually I think is affiliated at one point. Now it's a new company. The CEO is Brenna, and man, she knows short-term rentals, and she's an investor herself, and I just love that, right? And I think she's also in the area as well. So she's got a great team. So my realtor is Matt Castle on the short-term shop, and man, I've had a couple conversations with him, and you know, just great, knowledgeable. I'm super excited to have him as part of the team here, because that's what we are, right? We're a team. We're holding hands, walking through the short-term rental land together. Or I should say the short-term promised land. Anyway, now at The Mortgage Shop, I'm using Lori Duran, and she is awesome as well, man. We had a great conversation. We hit it off, and I love that. You know, I love just, you know, having a relationship, building a team, hitting it off, and they know this freaking market. They know short-term rentals. I'm pretty excited to have her as part of the team as well. And, you know, actually just today I submitted the application to get pre-qualified. So cross our fingers, we'll see how it comes up. So I've been really scrambling and hustling, trying to figure out which way I'm gonna do here, but more on that later. So anyway, that's an update, guys. I wanted to make sure that I kept you up to date throughout my whole process, especially for those who are like starting to, you find this channel and it's a relatively new channel, so I appreciate it if you comment below where you're at in your short-term rental journey. And if this content is, you know, interesting or exciting, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I don't care. And all you haters, hit the dislike button twice. All right, we'll see you on the next video, and I really appreciate it.